Example 14, find the area of this shape. And sometimes they draw it like this, where, you know, like these gaps here. It's like, that's 6 feet, that's that little piece there. There's a, or sorry, inches, and that's a 17-inch gap right there. That's an 8-inch there. This is 10. The 8 goes from here to here, 15 goes from here to here, and 8 goes from here to here. So like when you're looking at those types of drawings, sometimes they give you that. For me personally, I'm going to put dashed lines anywhere they give me kind of things like that to kind of break it up into pieces. And I can take a look at the pieces to determine what kind of shapes they are. So they give me a break at this point here, so I'm going to put a dashed line across here, and I'm looking at a trapezoid. And if they put a break here, put a dashed line across here, and I'm looking at a rectangle. And they've got another break, well, that same break's here, right? So at the bottom I got this other rectangle, and this break happens here too, so I got another trapezoid, another rectangle. So in essence I have trapezoid, trapezoid, rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. So 5 figures that have area formulas. I just need to establish the dimensions that are required to find those areas, which I had 5 different colors to choose from. I'll get creative over there with my color palette. But I'm going to start with this trapezoid here. Let's see. I know that this is 6, this is 8, that's the height, this is the other base. That's 11 and a half. Okay, so 11 and a half plus 10 is 21 and a half, right? And these 3 pieces together here, 8 and 6 is 14 and 17 is 31. So 31 inches all the way across, 21 and a half inches there, so the left over, so minus 21 and a half, that's going to be 30 and 2 halves minus 21 and 1 half. Notice how this doesn't have a fraction, so I have to borrow 1 inch to make 2 over 2 inches to subtract the mixed numbers. 2 halves minus 1 half is 1 half, 30 minus 21 makes 9, so 9 and a half inches is how long this would be. So that would be sufficient information to find the area of the trapezoid there. So I'm just going to number these figures. So this is going to be figure number 1. This will be figure number 2, the figure number 3, figure number 4, and figure number 5. You just want to have some way to distinguish between the areas as you're doing all this stuff. So my process is I'm going to find the area of all 5 figures, and I'm going to add all those 5 figures up to get the total area of this whole thing. So area of trapezoid 1, so a sub 1 equals 1 half times the height of the trapezoid, 8 inches, times the sum of the bases, 6 plus 9 and a half. And I'm going to go 9.5. And I'm going to go 0.5. 1 half and 0.5 are the same, right? So I think decimals look a little friendlier there. So I worked that out. 0.5 times 8 times that, right? So 0.5 times 8, again, I'm able to, if I can get a highlighter out, I'm able to. I'm able to multiply these together first. 0.5 times 8 is 4, and 6 plus 9.5 is 15.5. If I multiply that out using a calculator if necessary, I'm going to get 62 square inches. Okay. As I get answers, I'm just going to put them on hold, right? So maybe I'm going to, here's my answer box, I'm going to put it over here. As I find these areas, so 62 square inches is one area. I'm not going to worry about the square inches part of it. But again, 1 half the height times the sum of the bases, area of a trapezoid. My next figure, figure 2, I'm going to do in blue. Okay, this is a rectangle. So the dimensions of the rectangle are 9.5 inches and 15 inches. And area of a rectangle is just length times width. So a sub 2 is equal to 15 times 9.5, again as a decimal, 9.5. 142.5. And feel free to use a calculator as necessary to calculate 142.5. And as I list these, 142.5, the fact that I have a decimal in that one, I don't have a decimal in the top one, maybe I'm going to put 0.0 just to create that decimal place to really line the objects up. My next area I'm going to do in green, this is number 3. Once again, a rectangle, it's 8 inches by 10 inches, so the area of rectangle 3 is simply going to be 8 times 10, which of course is 80 square inches. So this is plus 80.0. Rectangle number 4, 11.5 is the width, right? And the height is the same, right? These are the same here. So 15. So the area of rectangle 4 is going to be 11.5 times 15. 172.5. Is that right? That one I'm going to check just to make sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I? Okay. All right. So 172.5, put that right there. And then finally, my last one, let's do it in purple. Trapezoid 5. This is 11.5, this is 8, and the height is the same as that height there, so 8 inches. So area of trapezoid 5, using the trapezoid formula, 1/2 times its height, which is 8 inches, times the sum of its bases, 8 plus 11.5. Once again, I've got a couple numbers here that multiply. So I'm going to get a sub 5 is equal to 4. And then 8 plus 11.5 is 19.5. That is 76 plus 2, 78 inches squared. And again, my strategy here was I find each area, all 5 pieces put together, make the overall area of everything. So adding them will be the correct operation. So I'm going to put a 0.0 down, a decimal point here. 0 plus 5 plus 0 plus 5 plus 0 is 10. 0 carry the 1. 3, 5, 6, 7, 15 carry the 1. 10, 11, 19, 26, 33 carry the 3. 3, 1, 1 makes 5. So 535 square inches is the total area. Again, when you come up with a strategy for how you're going to do it, just come up with a way to organize all the information too. So the important part of all this stuff was these numbers over here, and my plan for those numbers over there was to add them together. So by putting them all together in the same area of the paper, then I was able to get what I needed to get the overall final answer. So, yes?
I have a question about box number 3.
Box 3, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I know what your question is.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Sexdorf. Okay, so I'm going to fix area 3. So this area is wrong, and the reason it's wrong is because 10 inches is only from here to here. So we have to add the 9.5 inches that's here and the 11.5 inches that's here. So that's 31 altogether. So the entire length is 31 inches. So we should have 8 times 31 here, which is 248. Way off then. 248.0, which means this. So that's still 0, carry the 1, decimal point. 5, 6, 7, 15, 23, carry the 2. 12 plus 4 is 16, plus 14 is 30, carry the 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 703 square inches is the right answer. All right. Moral of the story is be more careful. I was demonstrating a little carelessness in my work, but again, just be cautious that you're finding the actual dimensions of these. I saw that 10 of just like flashing like a light at me, so I just I just completely lost focus on the rest of the pieces there. So the rest of it is all correct though, so that should be the right answer.